What do you get when you take a registered nurse and a biochemist and move them to an artsy neighborhood in the Ardens? Chocolate, of course. Karen Smiles of the WHYY program Friday Arts is here to tell us all about it. Not a bad assignment, Karen.
I'll say, Shirley, this was a good one to get. A few years ago, when Mhairi and Stuart Craig moved to the community, they decided to combine their keen interest in the relationship between health and diet with the desire to create handcrafted bean-to-bar chocolate. The question was how to do it with as few ingredients and as little processing as possible.
These are some of the nicest beans. These ones are from Belize. And we pay extra for the ladies, usually sit and hand sort. We source our beans through a sourcer called Uncommon Cacao, which is two young women. One is living in Guatemala and the other on the West Coast, and they help small makers like us.
We met them in Belize a couple of years ago when we went on a chocolate sourcing trip. That was where we first really got to understand how cacao is grown and how the farmers go through their process and the central fermentation and how they work with the locals.
It's about ethically sourcing chocolate, and that's what the Uncommon Cacao does, is they have a whole transparency report. So we know our supply chain, we know what the farmers are getting paid, we know exactly where it's coming from and what it goes through until it arrives here.
It started in the summer of 2014 with really a simple question, which was, can you make chocolate, dark chocolate particularly, with unrefined sugar? And Mhairi's role in nursing, I was doing work on the health benefits of unrefined ingredients. One of those ingredients was unrefined sugar. So get on the internet, a little bit of research later, not only did I discover that I couldn't find anybody that had done it, but there was this whole bean-to-bar movement out there that we weren't familiar with.
It wasn't really the name we came to, but the logo, because it's an ancient Celtic symbol and it means balance. A lot of times you eat a food that can be healthy, but it doesn't taste very good. And so we felt we were trying to balance those two things, the taste and the nutrition.
Cacao bean is the seed of the fruit of a tree. And so we all, I think, understand that that's going to be inherently nutritious. All of our chocolate has at least 70% cacao beans. Science suggests that you have to have at least that level to have all the health benefits that are associated with cacao.
The big makers, maybe 10% cacao. We're talking 70% and above. So a lot of people say, oh, it's bitter or it's strong, and It's because they're not used to it, and you kind of have to develop a palate.
And that can be a challenge. You tasted the Guatemala that was sweetened with the unrefined cane sugar. Now this is that same cacao but sweetened with just dates.
It's good.
We have some young kids come up and they're like, no, I really like this. And so, it's a real mixed result. Right now, around Wilmington, we have Delaware Local Food Exchange at Trolley Square. WHYY and Independence Mall here in Wilmington. In Newark Natural Foods Co-op, and a small coffee shop over there called Little Goat. They're the first coffee roasters in Newark, all about sustainability.
We need to stay local. Let's not worry too much about distributors and getting out into other states. There's plenty for us to do locally.
And the reason we make these small bars is that this is your daily serving size. So we like portion control. We don't encourage people to eat a whole large chocolate bar in one sitting.
Most of the time it doesn't seem like work. It's how it tastes.